Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's get straight into this tutorial. So today we're going to mainly be focusing on the eyes. So I decided to start recording after I laid down her foundation, concealer, and contour. And the first thing I do after I do that is I set the face with a one size setting powder. Now I do not use this setting powder for everyone. It's just that this specific color works for her color skin, and this shade is called Marigolds. And you want to just set the entire face after you lay down the foundation and work the product into their face, and make sure you're wearing a glove so that you can kind of, once again, not cake up the product. After that, you're going to basically put more blush after you set the face so that the blush pops a little bit, and dust away all the excess setting powder in the areas that you don't need. The next thing I did was I started working on the brows, and you guys, people make it seem like you have to have the most expensive pencils or the most expensive products to get good results on your brows, and y'all, I'm here to tell you that is not true. This brow pencil is from the beauty supply store, and I honestly love this product. It works well with all of my clients. Sometimes I use expensive stuff, but I promise you 9 times out of 10, cheaper makeup gives you better results, but to each his own. The next thing I did was start carving out the brows, and this concealer is by Kiss, I believe, and I use shade Toffee. I'm gonna show y'all which shade I use, but yes, I carve out the brows, and you're gonna want to take your time with this. Like, do not rush. Make sure you're being very precise. For beginners, definitely don't rush. Sometimes more experienced people can do it a little faster, but yes, if you're starting from beginner's level, make sure you take your time and just practice that. You guys, when I tell y'all, I was so happy my client let me have a little bit of creative freedom, because I was so excited to use my star stickers. I have star and heart stickers, but I decided to go with a more Rockstar kind of look, so I used the stars. The first thing I did was use brown shadow, and I started working that out towards the top of her eyelids. And then I went in and added a darker shade of like brown. Like, it's a very dark brown, which I'm going to show you guys everything I used. And then the next thing I did after that was I added a completely black shadow, and all of these shadows are mostly out of the James Charles palette. And yeah, that's one of my favorite palettes still. I'm sorry. But yes, definitely work your colors in. This is something that you're going to want to take your time with, once again, because you need to make sure that everything is blended out properly and it's very even, because it could kind of look crazy if everything is like not properly blended together. I finally was able to take off the sticker, and y'all, look at that star. Like, that is so clean. I added some glitter in the star, like white glitter, which I feel like made it pop for sure. And my client wanted white liner, so I was just like, let me go ahead and add some white and white sparkles, well, silver sparkles into the corners, which I did. And you kind of are going to want to layer that if your shadows aren't pigmented. Now we're on to the lips, which is one of the things that people say brings the whole entire look together. So once again, like I said before with the brow pencil, you can use any liner. If you know how to use your product, You can use a liner from the beauty supply store. You can use pharmacy store makeup and store lip liners and eyeliners to still give you the look that you want. And once you're about to be done, which the lips are a big indicator that you're going to be done, start swiping off the setting powder that you use to officially set the face. And then make sure you spray right before you finish doing the lip liner, because it makes a big difference. After your setting spray is dry, put your highlighter on, and I use Gwen Stefani's brand. I'm gonna show y'all, obviously. And don't overdo it with the highlighter if you're gonna use highlighter. A lot of people don't like highlighter. Next, I did the lips, and I felt like the shade was too light, so I started trying to like blend it in with the brown liner without putting a different shade on her lips. So yes, as y'all can see, I'm kind of working that lip liner into her pink matte lipstick. I mix and match with these colors. Like, this was not an official color in my collection. I definitely made this color. The next thing I did was go in with some eyeshadow, and I just dusted on some more brown just to fade and ombre these lips together, well, the lip colors together, which is the brown and the nude shade. So as y'all can see, I'm just working it in. Another thing you kind of want to take your time with, and y'all see the big difference. This is beauty supply store lip gloss, and that lip gloss is honestly one of my favorite. I will show y'all the one I use, because there's so many beauty supply store lip glosses that are actually really, really good. Do not sleep on beauty supply store makeup, y'all, or pharmacy makeup. It definitely has good quality. But yes, look at the finishing results. My client was very satisfied. I wish I could have showed y'all her reaction. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for another video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.